recommend skipping.
Hello, one, hello all. Welcome to League of Legends' first match for this 2025 spring season. My name is Jackson. I am going to be your commentator today. And we are already in the pick ban stage, so let's go ahead and talk about this as soon as... well, I guess we can still see around it. So, for those that are new, these teams do their pick ban before this actual process because of some weird things with the league client, if I remember correctly. So they do it on a separate site. That's why they're kind of flying through the pick bans here. It's already prearranged. But we can see what everyone's working with. Center is on the right here. We can't see their names because they are technically the enemy, according to Riot.
I'd rather
but
be home anyway.
we all know that's not the case. And Center is going for a bit of a heavier composition. Gragas top, most likely. Yone mid, Sejuani jungle, from what we can see. And if we look at on the left side, bit more of a AP kind of not exactly a dive build. Cassiopeia, I believe, is a bit more of a mid-range character. That Amumu is going to be able to tank some heavy damage, and there we go. Caitlyn as for the ADC. And here we see a big divergence between Center and our opponents, who I forgot to mention, FSUPC, Florida State University, Panama City. So yeah, Center going with the AP carry down in the bot lane with Vigar, while Caitlyn it comes out for FSUPC. And then FSUPC also elects to take a tankier support here in the field of Braum, in the form of Braum, who has a big shield. That's makes two words there. While Center goes with an enchanter support in the shape of Morgana. So all in all, some pretty standard team comps from both sides. Nothing too amazing. I believe Center, or no, FSUPC is going to be the higher scaling composition, at least through that jungler. Yeah, Center might get a little bit of an edge. Vigar might get a little bit of an edge over Caitlyn towards the late to mid game, or mid to late game, but Amumu is going to be one to watch out for as we hit the end. So we are in spectator delay. And I think we're going to pause the stream here, and we'll be back when it actually starts. All right. And the game has begun, at least for us. And spawn in. It's both teams buy their starting items. Nothing too unique here. Except Morgana has elected to not... Okay, now Morgana has purchased something. And Center is not going to go for an invade, it looks like. Both, in fact, neither team are. Both are going to go take their spots. Except I don't see a leash either. Oh, no, that actually looks like Center is trying to guard against an invade the way they're spread out here. Oh, wait, nope. I stand corrected. Center is the red side. My bad. FSUPC is trying to guard against an invade and keep all their teams spread and hidden, while Center is going to try to leash their jungler here for the red buff, if I am not mistaken. Honestly, I kind of forget where the red, which camps the red and blue buff are in. So I hope that is indeed the red buff. But yeah, neither team is making overly aggressive plays. We have Center Yone, or no, sorry, yeah, Center Yone, Metro Midas, our mid laner, but currently hidden up in the top lane. Maybe trying to look for a dive against their Fiora, should it become available. And it looks like Center's Morgana. Center's bot lane has been spotted by FSUPC somewhere. Not quite sure where they got a hold of that vision. But we do have a little bit of conflict. Here in the mid lane, nothing special. In the bot lane as well, both teams trying to get their creeps in. Do the good old push and pull of the laning phase. I guess so. What we probably want to pay attention to right now are the junglers for either side. Both kind of mirror images of each other, which is fair if they're following traditional camp rotation. But here in the bot lane, we see Center's newest player. In fact, I guess this is something we can talk about. We have lost Nick Minton, who has gone to Germany and has been replaced by one of our previous casters, Tim True, who is Solar Pikachu 1. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that, I guess. We'll see how he does here over the course of the season. But Center's bot lane has been pushed up to their tower, which is not an amazing start. But like I said, Vygar is going to scale a bit more than Caitlyn in the bot lane or in the late game. So of course it's only fair that Caitlyn's a little bit stronger here in early times. But also mid lane, Center's Gragas. Oh, and actually I didn't really quite pay attention, but Yone and Gragas, or Metromina Mossas, have flipped sides. More conflict here in the bot lane. Center, yes, finds first blood against the Caitlyn. Big first kill from Mandalore. So early power scaling is not everything, it seems. But as we can see, Solar Pikachu is a little bit underleveled compared to their opposing support. But we get the root going. Will Mandalore otherwise be able to stack up? Nope, not quite. OK Taunt is going to get away. Oh, wow. Good escape there from Mossas as the Paolo, the opposing Cassiopeia, burns Flash to try to get a hold of FSUPC's own first kill. Caitlyn's back here in the bot lane, and it looks like Solar Pikachu might get caught out here. He's got his shield up, he's running out, and will escape, thankfully. Cassiopeia did not get found, though, even though Mega Noodles was definitely on the hunt for exploiting that use of the Flash. Here in the top lane, we do believe this Fiora is a little higher, or has been a little bit better at CSing. Yeah, quite a bit better, actually. 10 more CS over Metro Mina and 1 level higher. And Mina is very much stacked up on her tower, but thankfully Meganoodle's here to support, but I think it's finally Masas's time. The Butcher's Bill has come due, and FSUPC gets their first kill of the match. Hopefully, Center can keep funneling some more kills into Man Over the Wise. So even if this stays a bit of an even game, which right now it seems like it will, and it should be noted, FSUPC does have slightly better average rank here than Center does. So it's a slight uphill battle here for the Colonels in this match. But not much of one. Center trying to find out that a Moo, but gets away pretty easily. And Metro Arena went back to base, so might indeed a bit of an advantage here. Has some Berserker Greaves. Was able to get a little bit of damage there on the Fiora, but not enough to really worry FSUPC's top liner. And the Void Grubs are here. Everyone say woo! We all love Void Grubs. Oh, but Masas does not like seeing that Amumu come out of the bottom river, and he's definitely not going to make it out of this one. Metro Arena trying to come here to help. Does get some big damage with the use of that ult. And it might indeed find a kill. Metal Noodles might indeed find a kill. And yeah, Paolo is going to deny Mega Noodles the satisfaction and run right into the tower. So bit of a 1-for-1 trade there from Center. Not the worst thing in the world. Is it time for a switch? Yeah, but Yone, Metro Arena is pushing up on that mid tower by herself now. While the Gragas, Center's nominal top laner, looks like to be returning, but there's a big fight brewing here in the upper river. Four are converging. Red team does get the Void Grub, so Center picks up that helpful buff. And FSU is not really going to contest. Both teams are going to just kind of skate back to their appropriate lanes. But Mina is going back top lane. It looks like Center has decided that top lane might be the bigger threat. Mina, one of our most skilled players, decided that she's the one that needs to tackle it. More push and shove there in the top lane, nothing confirmed. Same in the bottom lane. Center support still slightly underleveled compared to Gragas. Or not compared to Gragas, sorry, apologies, compared to Rom. But Gragas is also underleveled compared to the opposing Cassiopeia. So I think a lot of Center's lane stability here is going to come up to Sejuani, roaming up and down the river. See what Magnol's can do. Metro Arena in a bit of a weak position here, but luckily close enough to tower that no kill was confirmed on her. Fend off some waves of creeps. Fiora tries to shove in. But Center got a decent route there. Ooh, and nice dash and return by Yone. Deciding whether it's worth it to base or not. Probably will leave some plates on that tower if she does. But her CS is in a much better shape now compared to Fiora's, so she's got some gold to spend if need be. If she does decide. In fact, she's hit a higher level at this point. Mina looking in a good shape, besides for that health. But if she takes down this wave and gets the new one shoved in, she might be able to find something to do. Gragas on the escape once again. Was never quite in too much danger of dying. Oh, and here comes Sejuani. Wonder if Gragas' dash was a bit of a bait. Well, Mega Noodles to come in, but some big fights going on in the bot lane as well. As Amumu joins the fray, but Mega Noodles and Masas have the Cassiopeia surrounded. Or not surrounded, but pinned up against the wall. But unfortunately, the Center bot lane is gonna feel a wrath. But not before Mandalore of the Wise does find his opposing ADC. And Center does also pick up Metro Mina, I believe, by herself, picks up the Fiora in the top lane. So, more one-for-one trades, though in slightly different areas of the map. And we see some items. Mina finally decides it's time to head back to base. Gets up that vampiric scythe. As well as some other good items. Let's see, what is everyone else rocking here? Nothing big yet, but oh, we see Vigar picking up what used to be called Mythics, I believe. I don't remember what they're called now, though. I know it's different, but unfortunately, this fight did not quite go in Cinder's favor, with FSU able to pick up the Drake and Mega Noodles falling right behind. I believe that was just an ill-timed gank, but unfortunately, I was kind of looking at the items too much to notice in the moment. But Mina might get some revenge here. Still one higher level and really pushing Fiora into the back part of top lane there. Good airborne dash. Not going to try to dive under tower, though, for it. There's bot lane back on the offensive here. Void Grubs are back again. The Mumu's heading back to base, which gives Center a bit of time here, where they might be able to find a good pick. And hopefully Grok might have been able to see it. And there we go. Yone trying to dive into tower. Not quite able to find much, though. But here we go. Sejuani, or Mega Noodles decided the appropriate move here was to try to get those Void Grubs, with Mina joining him. And no, not going back to base in the bot lane. Or I suppose our Morgana is. But Center finally gets those Void Grubs. Ooh, Mandalore of the Wise, big. He got found out pretty hard. Almost got the Caitlyn though, despite getting trapped in. And Center's bot lane really having a rough go of it in these first 10 minutes of the match. As a whole, Center's down 1k gold, as you can see in the top, and 2 kills, and lost 1 dragon buff. But picked up both Void Grubs to make up for it a little bit. And here we go, Metro Mina really deciding it's time to go under tower. For just a moment, wants to knock that one plate off, did not quite manage it. It's still level 10. Ooh, Tim trying to kick on this ward. Thankfully does see the Cassiopeia. It's 4 levels under, so not a fight he wants to take. And is going to retreat down to the south. Join the companionship of his bot lane. But still, we are 12 minutes in. I believe only, 3 plates are gone for each team? It's quite a bit evenly matched, it definitely feels. Center might have a good position here. Has managed to root the Caitlyn. Braum's shield is out, though, but Center is going to pursue a bit. They're the ones shoved in a little. They're going to back out. Oh, wait, no, they got another route. Manages to bait. The shield's coming out one more time. And here comes the Amumu, but, what was it? Mandalore, I believe, getting containing Amumu with the ability whose name I can't remember. Mina went back to base, picks up her mythic equivalent item. I'm sorry for my extremely outdated vocabulary. Current playing is done though. All the opportunity for that extra gold is over. Masas getting really bullied under that tower, but luckily Mega Noodle's there to help. Going on a little bit of pursuit here for the Amumu. Doesn't quite find much. Braum once again in a bit of a vulnerable position. Oh, good little skill shot there. And Braum is gonna back all the way out. He's got a back on this one. And I would like to think the Caitlyn is not too far behind. No, she's sticking around for now. Center's now got some creeps to send out here in the bot lane. Teleport coming out or not teleport, the cannon thing. No, it isn't teleport. Coming out from FSU's top laner. Same with Gragas. For center. Looks like there's a lot of movement going on here in the bot lane. Sejuani and Amumu both stacked up to play a part in a fight there. Because the dragon is here. The FSU is going to move in to try and claim it. Gragas also coming down. A little bit of skirmishing here. Center does manage to interrupt the fight for a second, but not for too long. But Veigar is on his way with some new toys to play with. Let's see what that can do. And up here in the top lane, Metro Mina. Unstoppable, according to the words of the game. But still not quite able to find the kill, but does manage to push Fiora off this turret, and I think she might just get it. No, not quite, but the Rift Herald's out. And there we go. FSU does pick up the Drake. Putting them 2 up on that quite important buff, but it's not nearly over yet. But, oh, here we go. Mina is decided it is time. A little bit of a bait there. If you're going to flash in, and I think going to find her. Yeah, it's not quite enough. Tries to knock her airborne with some good slashes, but shuts Mina down. Nearly putting FSU at a 2 times kill lead here, and Magnol's not able to find Cassiopeia thanks to the help of the Amumu, which means that loss cannot be salvaged even a little bit. With Fiora claiming a 200 gold bounty on killing Mina, it is looking like the slight FSU advantage is going to stick around for a little while longer. But that turret's gone. Top lane. Center was able to get it, but they're going to lose the Rift Herald. That means one of these turrets is not long for this world for Center. No, I assume it's going to be the mid lane. Despite taking a few kills here, their bot lane is looking decently evenly matched. They can find this Caitlyn. There's a little bit of a 100 gold bounty that would be nice. Pick up on her. But the action seems to be congregating around the top river. Yone kind of going in here, trying to find some wards. Get some gold from that. Luckily for Center, that Fiora is a bit preoccupied there in the top lane, having to shove out the Center's creeps a bit farther down the lane because of the loss of that turret. So they can get Mina a bit more free reign. Where she can roam in this top side of the map. She is back to protect that in the bot lane here. More of the same. Either team able to find the decisive double kill here that would allow them to take out the other's turret. We also have Mega Noodles kind of waiting in the wings there. Trying to go for a flank. Not quite sure. Cassiopeia has also roamed down. Hopefully Center knows because mid lane is empty. And here we got the fight. Mega Noodles turns around there onto... Is that the Cassiopeia? Yes, and it goes down fast, and another... but Morgana falls to Caitlyn. But a big stun there onto the Caitlyn as well. And Mina's here as well, TP'd down, I believe. And Center's probably going to get 3. Yes, they are. Big play. Just calmly waiting. Calmly waiting. It's what I always say. The Sejuani, a little bit there behind the ward line of the river, and a bit of I believe Center's bot lane baited them in a little bit. Unfortunately, weren't quite on the scene as it was developing, and Mina burning that TP, get down there as fast as possible. Ensure they had the firepower to get those kills, which they desperately need. Center's now up in gold, still a bit down in damage. A bit of a interesting predicament here. Big stun coming out from the Amumu. It's going to take down Mina, unfortunately. Gragas is holding the line up here in the top lane while Mina's gone. And is having a ferocious duel there with Fiora. Bot lane assignments are lane assignments completely out the window here with Vigar and Morgana here in the mid lane, trying to team up there on the Caitlyn, finding it. And otherwise picking up his own bounty in the process. Center looking in a mighty good shape here, though it's still quite even. Mega Noodle is taking over bot lane responsibility. And Center might be able to find this turret here. No, unfortunately not. Gragas and Amumu have gotten there just in time. The Center's bot lane turret going to fall here. It's about half health. Yone's on the way, though. And we are soon going to have Drake. Center looks like they're getting in a decent position, yep, for that dragon to spawn. But first, they're going to take this turret down and give FSU a bit of a mid lane issue to worry about. Done enough damage with a Braum there that he might not be. Yeah, he's gonna back. It's gonna put FSU down one player as this dragon fight starts. Mina and Mega Noodles are gonna take on their own for now, but we got Center's bot lane duo. Yep, coming down the river. Yeah, easy pickup. No contests. FSU is occupied too much in the top and mid lane. With one of their players having to back, we are in good shape to see a bit of a reverse snowball here. And I'd like to see, yes, Center, Mina and Mandalore one level up versus their supposed. Well, I guess if you take Fiora as Mina's counterpart, then we are actually even. But really the key here is the Vigar is going to be the big damage dealer here in the late game. And we need to see that scale bigger, better, and faster. Rift Herald comes out, though. It's going to take enough damage that it doesn't actually find the turret, hopefully, before it dies. Yes. And meanwhile, we have a big fight going on here in the mid lane. Skill shot coming out there from Caitlyn. It's going to send Center running a little bit. Mandalore-wise, Mina, and I believe Mega Noodles were all looking quite weak. Sauce here is going to have to seed this top lane turret. He's tanky, but is he tanky enough to get out of this situation? Slowing down the Fiora. Then go into the shadows with the flash coming through. Sauce has to burn his own flash. Wasn't able to escape. Not a good look. And looks like Center's mid lane turret is also going to fall. It's a big combined push here from FSUPC in the mid lane. It's a 3v3, but Center just didn't quite have the health at the moment. It actually might have been a 4v3. Yes, it was a 4v3. But yeah, we can see that Cassiopeia, a lot of health coming out here. Plenty of sustain. Not going to try to take Mina, thankfully, as Mina backs. Or no, sorry, Mina just walks away, which was smart. Don't rely on the charity of your opponents. And Center has lost the gold lead thanks to those two turret falls and that one kill. Center, what I want Center to do here is probably focus some strength here on the bot lane, getting some good control there in preparation for this next dragon, which is still a little bit of ways, but not terribly so. And I actually don't know what this is that they're fighting here. If anyone in the chat would like to help me. But I assume it is quite important. And it is also new. And yeah, Center cannot quite steal, which I believe Mega Noodles was trying to do there. And so this is the start of a pretty big fight, but that's a ton of damage coming out from Metro Mina's ult. And let's see if Center can get these two. Two of them withdrawing back to their base without dying. Another one has as well. Mega Noodles has fallen to this Fiora. It's a 1v4, but on a freaking rampage. And I'm assuming that is what that that thing they killed just does, which is let them withdraw. So that's a shame. It was a big fight there from center, and they could have picked up 4 kills if it weren't for that ability, whatever it may be. But here comes the Baron. They're looking in a pretty good spot, I'd say. They were able to win that fight. It didn't help them out all that much, but it shows they are not really that far behind here, at least in terms of power scaling. It's going to just all depend on what Mina and Mandalore can do here to keep the edge of their damage carry counterparts in the top and bot lanes. Yeah. So they're trying to kind of hold all lanes here. Well, we have some intrusions coming in from the FSU players. The towers are completely even at this point. Each lane has their first tower down. So it is really anyone's match. I believe a lot of it's going to depend on this next team fight, wherever it may be. Drake's coming out soon. We see Vigard's back at base, has picked up his Rabadon's death cap. It's going to greatly increase his damage potential. Got a big bounty on him, too. I think a lot of... So, like I said, I think this next team fight is going to really swing the scales in this game. I think whoever wins this next team fight is going to depend on what Vigard can do against this Caitlyn, who also has her IE and the pistol item, whose name I can't remember. But also grants critical strike chance, I believe. But here we go. This looks like the beginning of the match. We have, or not the beginning of the match, the beginning of the turning point in the match, I would like to say. Center managed to group enough people up to really just push FSU off without a fight. Fiora kind of in an unlucky position. Center's not going to start fighting it yet. Fiora is also on that Drake, and I don't really want to give that up. There's 2 very important objectives here. Baron is probably more, so it would help with the sieging potential. You give up that Drake, and FSU is 1 away from the Dragon Soul. And that is also something powerful. SSU, Pain coming out onto the Baron. Looks like that's what they're going to target, while center congregates around the Drake. But Mazhat's here in the top lane. Giving a little bit of some vision. And center's going to try to team up here on the Fiora, who they've caught out. She uses her flash. They get the stun. Yes, they can. Mina coming in with a big skill shot there. And it's a shutdown. Big gold coming out onto Mina, which is very, very crucial. FSU is going to take this time to try to go for the Baron. If we look here, Masas might be positioning for a steal. Doesn't quite get it. The center's going to get the Drake. They're going to back, but one of their players isn't going to have the buff. One of their strongest players, too. So, FSU didn't quite get the value out of the Baron as they otherwise might have. Leaving center a bit of a chance. They've got these 2 mountain buffs. Mina's gonna back, pick up some more items, gets her own IE. We don't really see massive combined push here from FSU. 2 of their players were still backed. 2 of them grouped up in the mid lane. Cassiopeia down the bot lane. Normally when you have Baron, it's kind of making a concerted effort to go down one lane and really punch through your opponent's defenses with your powered up creeps. But FSU is kind of doing that now. They're getting the band together. Cassiopeia is coming up from the river. Center is not quite ready to contest. A lot of them backed though, and they're now shoving themselves into the mid lane. In fact, the entire team is congregating there. They're going to lose that turret, which I believe they knew was going to happen at the start. But if they can halt the advance here and prevent FSU from getting their base, that would really halted the effectiveness of that Baron buff. Yeah, we have Fiora here on the side. Without that Baron buff is not as impactful here in the siege up the middle. So they're going to put on the side lane. Center holding the line still. Dashing in, going out. Mega Noodles, though. He's tanky, but we'll see if he's tanky enough to withstand all that. He's going to back out, too. Center has been pushed into their base. Mega Noodles and Mina are going to retreat to heal up real quick. FSU, thankfully, not capitalizing on their absence quite yet. They're going to get some wards out. They don't have much longer on that Baron buff, either. Yeah, Center able to get back in time. Big damage coming out there onto Mandalore the Wise, and Braum is going to push his way all the way into the base to try to find the kill. Mina looking weak once again. See if these tanky frontliners can do anything. There's just a lot of levels on some of these FSU players. Cassiopeia, 17. But Amumu is shut down, and Vigard gets Braum too. This is a big turning point in this fight. It's now a 2v4. Fiora is up there in the base. And unfortunately, Mandalore gets shut down as well. But is Braum going to be... No, he does not quite get the Sejuani. It's a freaking bloodbath in the mid lane. Masas not able to find the Fiora. Might be able to get away. Yeah, it's just Mega Noodles and Solar Pikachu or Tim left for center. Fiora, well, FSU just has Fiora. Stats are not looking amazingly in Center's favor right now. 57k to 53k. That shutdown on Mandalore was a big source of gold for FSU. The items are coming out like crazy. We'll have to see here if Center can kind of claw their way back. They are just a bit on the back foot in terms of scaling. It's not... Nobody on Center's team is 18, I believe. Yes, Mina is. I missed it. We'll see here in a sec when she respawns. Yeah, she's only 17. Cassiopeia and that Fiora, both quite high level, are pretty stressful to see. Yeah, Tim might just get caught out here. Yeah, he does, unfortunately. Matt is not putting Center in a great position. They gotta wait 40 seconds for him to respawn, and that Drake is coming out soon. Luckily, they got the last one. So if they lose this, it's not like FSU gets the automatic soul. But Tim's gonna be respawning right as that Drake comes. I don't believe he has TP. He does not. But oh wow, Mandalore the Wise able to pull a sneaky combo there onto the Caitlyn. Finds her, but unfortunately falls to the combined rest of the team. FSU doing a great job being prepared for these ganks here. And Masas and Mandalore doing a bit of a swap, though Masas kind of the sacrificial lamb there. It's like the old saying, you don't want to be faster than the bear, you just want to be faster than the last guy in the party, the slowest guy in the party? I don't know, something like that. And Masas was unfortunately the slowest guy in the party. Center's got 2 down. 2 of their heavy hitters too. That Drake is out. And SFU is well prepared to get their hands on it. Which means they are 1 away from that Dragon Soul. And Baron's coming next. If anything's going to decide this game, it is probably that fight. It's 34 minutes in. This has been a long one. And neither... FSU definitely has a bit of the advantage here. But it's not amazing. There is a chance for Center to flip it around. They're actually in a better position to start this Baron fight, but Mina's going to back early here. Unless that's a TP. That might be a TP. Nope, that is indeed a back. So Pikachu, Tim, is going to be the first one to make it to that Baron site. He's going to back off a little bit, plant the ward and make sure nobody's there. FSU splitting up once again. Fiora there in the bot lane. I do wonder if Center did make a bit of a tactical error this last cycle by ceding the Baron to FSU and taking the Drake, or at least pursuing that Fiora and then taking the Drake. That Baron buff is just incredibly strong, and even though Fiora wasn't able to pick up on it, they were able to do quite a bit of damage. But here we said just gonna back. I mean, just to look at some of the CS numbers here, Cassiopeia absolutely dominating Braum there. If you take, or not Braum, Gragas. If you look at what our normal lane compositions are. And that key one there is the Caitlyn Veigar difference. Veigar is a bit more of a scaler, but not that much. Caitlyn has more CS and more kills. Luckily for Center, Veigar is still leading on the manual level, is still leading on the kill count, but unfortunately, Metro Mina is going to get caught out once more. Center not quite having the intelligence, it seems, or the ability to roam together as a group. That FSU, and it's been pretty critical here in the late game, this lack of grouping. FSU able to find people out. Without Mina, it's going to be a 4v3 there, up around Baron. Still have Mega Needles, though, so a steal is possible, but FSU in a much better position to start and finish that Baron fight. But here we go. Gragas going back to top. If Center does lose this, they are indeed going to lose this match. I pretty confidently say it now. And unfortunately, they do. Mega Needles tries to dash in for the steal, does not find it. Unfortunately, if you don't get the steal, then you are practically doomed. They were down a player anyway. And now there's Baron. This is not looking amazing here in the late game for Center. It's been a valiant 40 minutes. But it's not going to go to... This first game is not going to go to them by the looks of it. Metro Mina putting up a good fight. Might be, yes, does shut down the Fiora. That's a good kill, but gets taken out right behind. Inhibitor's down. That mid lane turret is as well. Caitlyn with the ace, in fact. Oh, there is no Center player left alive. They aren't even going to try for these other lane entering turrets. The only person up right now is Tim. And he's only going to be able to just do a little bit before that Nexus falls. And even though it says we got a victory, this Center has lost game 1. Look at some of the stats here real quick. You have, I mean, it's not hard to see. Like, Manual of the Lies, big damage, 37k. It's a leader in the lobby, but nobody was quite able to CS like that Fiora in the top lane. Who else did very well? Caitlyn, also high-level CSing. FSU seem to just have slightly better fundamentals in places and was able to exploit that. So I think we're going to enter the next lobby here, and we'll be back in a bit.
I'd rather be home anyway.
Hello, we're back. Sorry for the brief delay. We had some rule confusion, but we are now rule knowledgeable. This is literally the first time PBC has played League this year, so we get to be a bit of the test dummies for the season, which is fun and exciting. But once again, draft has already been done. I get to see a little bit of a peek of it. So there's now blue teams on the left with those names that everyone recognizes and loves. We got Gnar. Center's now playing a Mumu. Smolder coming out, the baby dragon. And we have Jax, Wukong, and Orianna for the top 3 positions for FSUPC. That Jax is quite scary. We'll see how Metromina, assuming Metromina goes to the top lane again, deals with it. Fans are coming out once more, but nothing. Yone has been banned out by FSU, showing a little bit of a nervousness. Meanwhile, Center bans out Cassiopeia, who was a bit of a tank beast in the last game. Caitlyn being played once again. Garen, very nervous about Garen, probably because of Moss Haas's previous playtime on it. We have the ASOL ADC this time, except it's not quite AD. And Caitlyn and Blitzcrank, that will be interesting to see. Love to watch a good hookening. And hopefully FSU delivers here. But both teams not deviating terribly from their previous compositions. Amumu, tanky, like Sejuani was. Wukong, tanky, but a little less CC than what Amumu has. So, but once again, Jax, FSU's top laner, going to be one to watch. But I will point out, yeah, FSU's tank is a little less, or a little less tanky without that Cassiopeia. We have an Orion in the mid lane. A bit more of a ranged damage dealer, which means center might have a bit more of an opportunity to break through that front line on center's behalf. I will be frank, I'm not quite sure what Smolder does. I have not played this game since Smolder came out. So let me confer to the handy-dandy internet, and I will report back to you all in 1 moment. In fact, I'll report back to you all once spectator delay ends, so you aren't waiting and watching me vigorously scroll through Wikipedia pages, or wiki pages. So, be back in 2 minutes. All right, nobody worry. I figured out what Smolder does. Bit of a glass cannon champion. Can stack this innate dragon practice ability, which will increase the damage of 3 of his abilities. So, what I believe this means is that Smolder is a bit of a scaling champion, as it were. Mina wants to scale. So let's watch if Mina can indeed scale over the course of this game. But interestingly, Center kind of the Center and FSU took each other's approaches here. FSU being a bit more pushed in a little bit. Center gonna just form up in a line down the river, make sure there's no invade breaching. Nobody's gonna make a move. Nobody's gonna go for it. Obviously, we need to spawn though. So I would hope, and I indeed would be correct, that both teams are gonna split off into their respective lanes. But important to note here, it does look like Mossos is going to stick around the top lane this time. Amina's going to be in her traditional home of the mid lane. So we'll see what effects that has here on the late game. Or even the early game. Probably the early game will be more exciting to watch. If this has the difference in impact that I think it will. Right. Mumu looking... Might be looking for red buff there. Oh, okay. Is able to find it. What level is... Yeah, level 2. Or a Mumu. In the bot lane is... Stuff's happening. Same in the mid lane, same in the top lane. Just watch those CS numbers tick up. I will point out though, Vandal are having some struggles CSing a bit. Only has 2 right now. Hope this is just a bit of an early game shove up by FSU. Yeah, okay. Now Vandal is picking up some points. Board does not. I saw like I feel like he was trying to hit a certain creep there and he didn't. Just mighty shame. That one CS might be the difference between a win and a loss here. Meanwhile, Metro Mina gonna get her stacks of dragon practice up. Really go crazy here soon. Every time she lands a hit on an enemy champion, she can do that, and that'll make her hit harder. Oh, Mandalore in a not an amazing position here. Neither is Solar Pikachu. Both are gonna have to back up a little bit. Mandalore being a bit too weak to continue. Center gets a little bit of a level up. I don't know why I said that. Center's getting level ups. But still remaining marginally underleveled, at least in the top lane. We look in the upper river to see some action. Center knows that the Wukong is lingering up there, thanks to the sighting from Mumu. Metro Mina, though, looking quite weak in the mid. Right. I'm presuming that Scorcher is a bit of a weaker champion here to account for some late game scaling. For greater late game scaling, I should say. So Metro Mina having some tough times. Going to try to get some big damage, but can't really find a lot. And only, well, he's going to just keep sticking around. Both junglers are going to back. Guess they have their stack for their jungler item. Yeah, get some Oracle lenses coming out from the Mumu. Their CS is perfectly in sync. Both junglers, but Center once again slightly below on the CS game. It's not really a big deal now, but it stays indicative of how the rest of the game's going to go. We might just see what happened last time. There we go. Blitzcrank blowing that flash. As Wukong is coming down and gets the hook there onto Solar Pikachu. Tim's going to able to get away though, and a bit of a waste of a flash and a waste of gank. At the same time, a Mumu hanging around there in the lower bot lane. Metro Mina very weak, and is probably going to want to get out of here because just one easy short dive and will fall. In the top lane though, Matas has Jax pretty far shoved back. I'm worried about what Jax is going to do once he scales, but for now Matas is showing a degree of aggressiveness here. Is forcing Jax back to base and giving him the CS lead as of now. They're practically even on gold. So I am worried about Acel's 10 less CS. A lot of it seems to have gone to Tim. Void Grubs are out. Get the teleport coming through from Gnar. Yeah, FSU what are they looking for here? We see Mina drifting up into the top lane. Looks like it's Void Grubs is what they're after. Question is, does that Wukong want it too? Seemingly so. Mina knows it. So Boo Boo has peeled off. He's come back. Oh, nope, that's not him. That's the Void Grubs that he lured away. Yeah, Moo Moo is done with those things. He couldn't care less about Void Grubs. Down the bot lane. One plate already taken off that tower, and probably going to soon be two. I'm liking how Masas is looking here in the top lane. Wukong trying to come in for a gank, but doesn't quite catch him out. He's already on the back foot and retreating. But it doesn't matter because Wukong now has opportunity to get those Void Grubs. Lumu's on his way back, but we'll see if Mega Noodles can do anything to stop this, if he even wants to. Liking what Masas is putting down up here. Controlling that wave well. See me in backing. Not for the first time. They're going to pick up a few more items. And there we go. Wukong has the Void Grubs in hand. Slurping them up. Like Pumbaa from the Lion King. Or Timon. Take your pick. Or heck, even Simba. I think Simba started 2D grubs at one point. But we'll see if you can get the biggest grub of them all. The Rift Herald here soon. Bot lane, we get some big abilities coming out, but Melee Alliance is looking weak. So Aesol pick is interesting. Good for some big AoE, which might be helpful in team fights against the less tankier opponents. Okay, we got a good freeze there. Mega Noodles has come down, and they might be able to catch the Blitzcrank out. Blitzcrank does not have a flash. So there we go. Center finally picks up first blood against the Blitzcrank. Luckily going to our ADC, Aesol. Putting it in a good spot. So, yeah, FSU might follow it up with a kill of their own. But no, Wukong up there just to help clear the wave for right now. Not much else that can be done. Wukong doesn't quite have the CC potential that Amumu himself has. He's going to dive in. Not do that much damage, and there, center gets the first Drake too. It's a pretty good start for the Colonels. 0.3 gold up, 1 kill, 1 dragon, heart of a dragon, heart of a cyborg dragon. Oh, Masas, not in the best position here. Wukong doesn't have that much more, as much CC, but has enough. Unfortunately, I think a bit of an overextension there from our Gnar. Going to put him out of commission for 20 seconds. Metro Mina alone here in the mid lane, though. Plates do... No, plates are still around. If she can knock one out here, she'll get some decent gold. Don't know if she'll get in time, though. Yeah. She clearly already got one. But not much else, but... Mina and Masas doing some good scaling, both 9, and them a bit ahead of their counterparts, at least for Masas. So how long will that last? Now that Jax had a solo lane for a bit, who knows? Another good stun there from Tim. He's gonna take some big damage from that ultimate. Oh, but I think yes, Aesol able to find the Caitlyn. Putting Mandalore otherwise in a good position. Blitzcrank kind of trying to figure out what to do here. Oh, and unfortunately Tim not able to find the remaining CC. If he'd hit that, probably would have been good. Here comes Wukong though, and yeah, unfortunately Aesol is going to fall to it. So Smolder can get away. It can play. Oh, but Morgana Tim finds the Blitzcrank anyway. From trying to get the counterattack doesn't quite work for FSU. Putting center still up in that engagement. His bot lane has fallen apart. Not fallen apart, has both died, but oh, Mina getting a bit too risky there. Thought she had with the movement's help, she was able to find the Wukong? No, the Orianna. Wasn't quite enough. Just too weak. Orianna's got a bit of a bounty on her, which is a bit surprising. Which is only 1-on-1. Wake grabs her back though, and Aesol finds Caitlyn once more. Feels like FSU's bot lane's gotten a bit sloppy. There was Blitzcrank had just arrived. And Caitlyn was a bit too pushed up. Trying to keep that wave there. But once again, Masas. Luckily, not going as far up as last time. Megan's here, getting the void grabs for himself. But I worry, Amumu is nearby, if need be. Okay, good. Center is aware. And the void grabs have gone to the players in yellow, as it were. We can see Metromean is gaining stacks of dragon practice, which I know what they do. I looked it up. If anyone asks, I am an expert on Smolder now. I have to say, more stacks is better. It might be a bit counterintuitive for some people, but indeed, the more you practice, the better you get. And same with dragons. Dragons work the same way people do. So, Metromina is scaling. Masas staying keeping that top lane shoved up. Some good little damage. Like trying to go for this turret, trying to get one more stack off or plate off. Bates. He jacks out a little bit. Can't do enough. Mina looking weak again. Mina's doing pretty decent in the lane, despite her. Oh well, I say that. Jinxed it a little bit. Unfortunately, with Smoller is not the healthiest champion on the block. But there we go. Asas finds this plate. There's a lot of damage here onto this turret. Oh yeah, right in time for the turret plane to fall too. Very good gameplay here in the top lane. The bottom lane too. Center has been a bit dominant as the game gone on. He's with 3 kills. Still a lit under CS, but hopefully help Center have some big damage in the late game. Like I said, it's gonna be a bit more of the AoE damage. Might be able to get more of what are they called? More of FSU's less tanky players. And the new Drake is out. It's a Stone Drake, Mountain Drake. Masa's looking weak. Hopefully he backs. Magnol's coming down from the from downtown here, as is Wukong, but it's Blitzcrank that's going out first. Big ultimate there from Aesol and a double kill for Amumu. Center clears the path wide open for that Drake and puts them quite ahead. Oh, and it's Masas. Oh, Nar sneaking his way out with maybe 10 health there. Center, very strong bot lane play. Baited out Blitzcrank. Caught him. And there wasn't much in the way of Aesol knocking off that ult. Doing big damage to the pushed in Wukong. Leaving Center completely open to take the Drake. And now this bot lane turret. We'll be very shocked if they don't get this, though it's hard to see the health from here. Well, unfortunately they don't. I stand corrected. Oh, Metromina getting dived on. It's Jax in the mid lane now, and I can definitely see why Smolder was not chosen to go up against Jack in the top lane. The dive pressure he has is just too much. Nar can deal with it, but a weaker champion like Smolder cannot. Rift Herald's out. Oh, Mina, run! Do some damage. And run. So the big action we're going to be looking for here in the near future is that mid lane, or that upper river, I should say. Unfortunately, Masas on the wrong side of the turret pushes back the Amumu, but he is in enemy territory right now. It's going to be a bit of a rescue operation to get him out. Leading them on a bit of a wild goose chase all the way up to their base. Is he going to decide just to take the death? Yeah, to a turret. Better than giving the money to anybody else. Jermia, despite having a little bit of struggles there in the mid lane, is doing well and picking up some her levels pretty fast. And another big ultimate here from Asol. Picks up 2 Mandalore-wise, indeed on a killing spree, and that turret has got to go this time. I cannot not imagine it staying around. Yes, thank you. Not like being called out of the wire twice. But FSU is going to take that opportunity given by a lot of center players being somewhere else to look for that Rift Herald. Unfortunately, does find it. Center is here to start a fight, and they're a bit weakened from the Rift Herald fight, which means Center is easily able to pick up 2, get the shutdown on Orianna. That's 273 gold for Mega Noodles. Not an insignificant sum at all. It's, in fact, the biggest bounty that was on the board right now. I'm still not quite sure why it was so high. She only had 2 kills. Like, you'd think Asa would have a bigger one. But that is not the case. Metro Arena flying out a little bit. Very, very highly leveled here. 13 compared to these 9 for these 2 bot laners. Center looking in a mighty strong position as we move into the mid game. Honestly, we actually are kind of deep into the mid game at this point. More CS. Funneling. Yeah, Asol, Mandalore finally able to bridge that divide. CS divide. And red turret is gonna go down. Fortunately, not unfortunately. Fortunately for Center, that red turret is gonna come out, and it's here in the mid lane. A lot of things seem to be converging. Bot lanes have swapped. Metromina's down there, taking down the wave, and it's not looking great. So this is what I'm worried about. Jax, highly leveled, wants to pace up some items. Penny, of course, those Berserker boots. He is a force to be reckoned with. I was able to put a bit of a halt on him, but he is going to be some stressful single target damage and quite tanky in the late game. Good stun. Everyone's kind of positioning here around that turret. Not that turret, sorry, that Drake. And it's it feels like FSU does have a bit of an advantage in the positioning. They've got 2 interior players. Center can come up from behind them, but they're going to be able to get that turret, that Drake first. I don't know why I keep saying turret. But actually, Wuhong is going to come back, and here, Voracious Hakaton, I'm guessing, is the thing that we saw last game, who I did not recognize. Let me do some live searching here. Atacon. Ooh, Masas putting the moves up on the top lane, even under tower. What does Atacon do? Ah. So this one is gonna give more gold to a team when they sort of take down, which explains why FSU was able to scale better. Actually, did they already pick that up? I can't tell. But Infernal Drake is dead. So Center has that. No, it's still down there. I apologize. Infernal Drake is dead. Center 3 towards the soul. It's going to be an Infernal Soul. which is not too shabby. It's going to help the damage boost by quite a bit. We'll give him a damage boost quite a bit. We see Caitlyn has Flash. Metro Mina at that 178 stacks for that Dragon Practice Smolder. That is also an infinite stacking ability. So she can scale pretty high in the late game if she lands enough hits. Here we go. FSU is stacked around that Voracious Atacon. Buff's going down. Or no, camp's going down. I apologize. Got some backing. Who's got quite the bounty on him, as does Asol at this point. It's that bounty's increased quite significantly. If you look at some of the other CS comparisons, it's pretty even across the board. If you look at from a broader team view, oh, Masas once again behind enemy lines, but he doesn't have 2 people chasing him now. But that Oriana is still aware. Oh, now he has actually 3 people chasing him. The slight overcommit here. Luckily, Masas does not have a bounty on his head, so it's not going to be the biggest issue in the world. But here comes that Rift Herald from FSU finally, and they're going to use it to get that objective bounty down the bot lane. Going to be quite a bit of a gold boost for them. They're still 4K behind though, so if they're going to really want to catch up, they've got to probably grab this Voracious Atacon and then start picking up some kills. No one's trying to go for it. Objectives aren't not quite on the cards yet. A lot of convergence going on here in the mid lane. Now it seems like a fortuitous time to talk about items. We got a Zanya's coming out from Tim there on Morgana. A lot of Triforces. Or Infinity Forces, I apologize. This isn't Legend of Zelda. What else? What else? Other than that, that's about the extent of my knowledge at this point. All right. In chat, if you'd like to tell me your favorite item that you see on the board, or your favorite itemization choice from a player, please do so. Meanwhile, looks like FSU is planning something here in the bot lane. It might be time. No, not quite. They look like they're watching out. It feels like everyone's there's like angling going on around this Atacon, but no one's quite wants to take the lead. Mid lane is just too contested. No one able to really secure a kill that can blow this mid game wide open. Masas finally able to take that top lane turret down. Feels like it's been a white whale for him for a few minutes. Asol going to keep up on his CS gain. Center is a bit of a they can't play super risky now. A lot of them have bounties on them. If Asol or Maganoodles were to fall, that'd be a big chunk of change going into FSU's pocket. Meanwhile, FSU is going to keep trying to shovel CS into Oriana and Jax. So we see Jax up there in that top lane jungle camp. Yeah, picking up some stuff. Leveling up. But it's here in... Is it? No? No. It doesn't look like it's developing much. We see a lot of FSU players stacked, but it looks like they were trying to defend against an attack attempt by Center. But they decided instead they have a perfect ganking opportunity. The Drake is spawned, but Center is not really going to be in a great position to take it. And indeed, Morgana gets shut down. This is what I was worried about. It's not the biggest bounty that was out there, but it's still a pretty strong one. FSU is a bit kind of stuck here. Mega Noodles able to go in. We get the big ultimate there. Here we go. Mega Noodles and Metro Mina able to find kills, and that's a 4-piece double kill from Metro Mina and near ace for Center College. Who is left on the board? It's the Jacks that back. Center has complete control over this Drake. That is good. That means a nice big Dragon Soul coming out for Center. That is really, really going to help their damage potential in the late game. Now their goal needs to be to hit 18. Then make sure that FSU cannot pick up this buff. This Baron buff, I should say. Oh, and they're finally going for this Otacon too. Take the opportunity to get everything. So now they've got 120 seconds where they cannot die. Or 150 seconds, I apologize. 2.5 minutes. I think Baron is on their list. On their hit list. I've got a lot of items. Especially looking at the difference here between our two support, or wow, even our, no, apologies, our ADC and their ADC. It's we've got one, maybe 2 whole legendary items stacked on them. Let's see how this all goes. Blue buff going down, picked up by Moss Haas. A lot of activity here in the upper red side jungle. Center is angling to push back, find a pick here. Look at that Blitzcrank. Overextends a little bit, gets sent back. Metro Mina and Aurelian So have hit their scaling ability, and they're still level 15, or scaling potential, I should say. So they just pick up a few more. They should really be some damage. a little bit of BM there, perhaps from ASOL, or just art making, you could say. Turret goes down. Center is not even looking at that dragon buff, or that Baron buff. Might have decided that they are strong enough as is to see through fate. Or nope, they're gonna okay. They've decided they have turned enough of FSU's teams back. Indeed, I don't know if FSU will be able to get there before Center has taken out this Drake with their damage increased. Or not this Drake. Jeez, I apologize. Taking out this Baron. Yeah, and this is all Center's way. They're gonna back. I hope. Indeed, they will. ASOL, don't get caught out. He might indeed just be here to kind of stall out. He's still got some health on him. Gnar is up on the top lane too to do a bit of a side push. Or split push. The correct terminology. There's an objective bounty on that middle turret, which I'm assuming is what ASOL is really preventing from being taken. And it ain't a cheap one either. But Center's 8k gold is that's pretty hefty difference. It would take a lot for FSU to be able to overcome that. Especially since Center is going to be getting more gold for each kill at this point. And FSU will. And we see a bit of a kind of reversal from the last game. 4 pushing up here in the mid lane. But frankly, that is a quite common occurrence towards the end of league games. You get that Baron, then you send 4 straight up to the mid. Another on a split push. Though in this case, I don't think Center is even bothering with the split push. They're going all 5 right down the middle. The Tyler one's special, except it works. Red turret's gone. Red turret at the base. Red mid base turret gone. Inhibitor gone. Jax decided now's the time to split push. Center or FSU does not. Yeah, that objective bounty. It's a pretty big deal. Indeed, Center was turned back here, so might have been a good plan. Seeing as he was not necessarily needed. Here we go. Metro Mina kind of caught out here by the Caitlyn, but is able to find the kill with not breaking out too much of a sweat. Takes some damage, but has plenty of burst from all those dragon practice stacks. That's what it's called. So center is gonna refrain from really messing around with the mid lane right now, and is looking here at this bot lane's concerted push. Jack's holding the line here, and here's the one I'm most worried about. Level 17. Jax is a heck of a scaler. So is a Mumu, though, so tankiness might be able to go inside his player. Unfortunately, Tim using that Zanya's, but quite cut out. But Asol has gotten the turret there on that bot lane, so it's given plenty of space for Cinder to come in. And we kind of almost looks like Tim was a bit of a sacrificial bait to draw out a bunch of these FSU players right when Cinder was able to take advantage and find it through. But FSU is turning the tide here. They found two. Still haven't claimed the two biggest objective bounties on the board here, which is Mega Noodles and Mandel of the Wise. I apologize. But that's not insubstantial for him. We see Elder Dragon's going to come out soon. If SSU can grab that, it would be a pretty big deal. But it does not appear like it'll be so. There we go. Wukong goes down, and yeah, Caitlyn not long for this world either. And there's a red side objective bounty on this, but it doesn't appear like it's going to be going to the red side. That's an Elder Dragon buff for center and center alone. We shall see if they decide it's enough to start resieging the base. I would hope so. They are quite split. Mumu went back to base, picking up some more items. Meanwhile, we got Mina and Mandel of the Wise. Our two biggest damage carries here, leading the sieging way. And without an FSU counterattack, it's pretty effective. Gnar going up on that top lane. Let's draw a little bit of attention there. They're just chilling and waiting for their team to reach the required positions. Good use. Patience. Hit another inhibitor, another tower gone. So we'll see one of the super minions rolling down mid lane in just a moment. And bot lane, it might, yeah. And there we go, last base entrance turret down, and that should be the last inhibitor going in just a moment. All that's left is that Nexus and those Nexus turrets. It's gonna be a close one here. Or maybe not. Center might be able to grab it here. The LFSU players are alive. There's still some heavy hitters in that crew. Center might just be able to finish it off right now. One turret down. They can focus their attention on this last one. Moss Haas, yes, picks up the Orianna. Turn it around, looking for the Jax. Gnar goes down to Caitlyn, though. But Blitzcrank is not far behind. It's a slaughter here in the red side base. All that's left between FSU and a third game is the Wukong, but it's not enough. Base is going to go down. Center picks up game 2. Whew, that was another big barn burner there. Center really showing some prowess in the bot lane. Up to the in the early game, helping get our Asol up ahead early and getting that damage up. We see 28k, actually less than last game, but this was about 10 minutes shorter, so that's fair enough. And Mazoth, excellent control of the top lane early, not quite having as many kills as other teams, but or some of his other players, but absolutely crucial to keeping that Jax locked down, preventing him from roaming, and getting some early gold from those towers. And yeah, very, very good game. Very excited to see if Sinner can repeat this this win in Game 3. So we'll be back for that.
Shall I turn in my badge and rifle as well?
Only praise flee.
All right. Surprise, surprise. We are in game 3 already. No pick ban analysis. We're doing it live. And here it is. But this time, center looks like they're going to have a bit more action. here in the early game, going for a full bot lane invade. And know that the Jinx is around. No, they don't. They're gonna find out. There goes the ward. Not able to quite find that first skill shot, but it doesn't matter. Oh, unfortunately it does. If they hit that, Jinx might have actually fallen. But unfortunately she gets under tower, but she's weak, which means she will not be present in the bot lane for the beginning. Neither will our Cho'Gath. That's just because he's keeping back to base so he can get to top lane much faster and more safely. But if we look at these comps here, Wise with his more traditional AP picks. I don't know why I said more, because they are about as traditional as it's been the entire game. We've had Vigar, we've had Asol, now we have Brand there in the bot lane. And let's hope that this ends more like the second game did with Asol than the first game did with Vigar. In the mid lane, Metro Mina on Samira. I like that pick. I'm a big fan of Samira. I think she is a cool champion with cool animations and abilities. So I hope that Metro Mina can pick up some style and really show up here in the mid lane. We have Violet from Arcane in the jungle, which pairs well with the Jinx also from Arcane, if you can imagine, in the bot lane. And speaking of the bot lane, got a little bit of action there, some damage. Cho'Gath. Once again, Masas going up against Zero here in the top lane. It's Camille versus Cho'Gath lineup. Masas is not going to be as much of a damage heavy player as he kind of was on Gnar in like last game. He is pure tank nowadays. So let's hope that he can get quite tanky. He can eat some creeps, eat some people, get those stacks up. But right now, quite weak, pushed under turret. What we got left? Morgana, very traditional here from Tim in the bot lane. Oh, Masas is back under, gets the knock up there on the Camille, but it's certainly not going to be enough. He has to burn flash to get out. Here in the mid lane, Metro Mina one down. If we look at the CS, it's again not quite. Actually, no. Center's doing well in the bot lane once again. Currently, the bright spot here for Center's in Center's game. The bot lane that really showed up and helped break the door open for the Center getting an early and pretty substantial lead. And we have to hope to be the same this time. Oh, yep. Bob just happens to get that shield up. But here comes a very, very scary Skarner. Oh, and yes, first blood is going to go to Center. And Metro Mina trying to get aggressive there, and it doesn't quite work out. FSU with a very early lead. 2-0. 0.6k up, and the CS diff gap is only going to get bigger on pretty much every front with the loss of two other players. See Metro Mina blowing that teleport. Center is going to have to do some work. I'm very curious to see what Magnuels is going to get up to here. It's going to be a lot on him. Help gain it, but here we go. Solar Pikachu finding this Jinx a little off the beaten path. Get some CC, but not much else. I am quite worried about this Cho'Gath game in the beginning. Camille really kind of running circles around Masas here. That was a pretty nice play, but he is not out yet. Yeah, so there is none out here on the bot lane yet. I'm very pleasantly surprised to see Wise still overwhelmed compared to FSU's bot lane. There we go. Bye. They're in that bottom pit, trying to go for that early Drake. Does not look like FSU is really going to be able to contest. Their ADC gone and their support heading back. But with this distraction, we leave Void Grub's pretty much open for the Skarner here in the upper river. What we're gonna do about that? Because I backed, picked up some more items. Void Grubs are out. So if we can go and look at those for a sec, perhaps, hopefully. We will not be able to, but where we see Aurora has gone up there, leaving some Mina alone in the mid game. And there we go. Skarner picks up the Void Grubs. Magno's almost there, but not quite able to interrupt that. He's going to go for camp, do some rotations in the jungle. And let's check out the CS game again. It's not too shabby. Cher's a bit behind in the top lane. That's probably to be expected with a tank going up against a damage-heavy character, which is going to be harder for him to take down those creeps. But in the bot lane, Brand doing a phenomenal job there against FSU's ADC. I'm hoping this this continued CS lane there between Mandalore and Solar Pikachu is going to be the key to center success. So maybe look at a few of the items here. It's not much to see. I do wish I knew more about itemizations. I'd give you all a very in-depth rundown of why they're choosing what they're choosing, the order in which they're choosing. They're probably going to choose it, what impact that might have on the game. Think, you know, 7-dimensionally like that, but I'm just not that kind of caster, unfortunately. I am okay at calling out these fights, and luckily we got a little bit of one going on here in the bot lane. So they're gonna try to push up a little farther than they've had before when he retreats under that turret this game, but unfortunately it's the top lane where another kill has been found. Center really struggling to pick one up. Fortunately, Mercury 9 on that Skarner has been really effective picking up those gangs, and Metro Mina is probably not far. He gets the flash, but... Whoa. Okay, luckily Mega Noodles is here. Yes, perfect position to kind of turn around, help Metro Mina out, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. This Skarner is quite boosted. Not boosted, that's not the right word. Fed, I should say. He's, Actually, wait, Skarner only has some assist. That's interesting. I would have sworn he would have had one. In any case, it was a close one either way. No fights, but here we go. Mega Noodles. Maybe able to? No, not quite. Yeah, Masa still against a superior foe, level and CS wise. Luckily, Camille has not backed here in a little bit, so not quite overpowered in terms of items yet. Oh, and Metro Mina is so weak. Paolo's definitely going to be looking out for one of these. Because Metal Mills is not far behind. Just got to get behind this turret. And unfortunately, it's not quite enough. And Masas might go down as well. Center's going to get this bot lane. That is a big pickup for them. The first kill of the match. Skarner tries to halt that attack. But no avail. Seraphine is going down. Luckily, Mina able to get out from the Aurora attack on the mid lane. You notice Center was doing a pretty good job at banning Aurora in these past 2 games, but decided not to prioritize it in this case. I might be paying the price for it here in the mid lane. Quite dominant against Mina. Woodgrub's back. Otherwise, I'm going to burn flash, but it doesn't quite work out because Skarner's right in front. Well executed gank from FSU. Bot lane is not going in Center's favor. Neither is top. Neither is mid. This is a tough, tough position to start in. They've got one up on the dragon buff. But that's probably not going to last. So that Mountain Drake has spawned, and there's 3 FSU players there. Center's got no one really in the area. One might wonder if it's going to be a faster game in game 3 than it was in game 2. Mountain Drake goes to FSU. A 1.5 gold difference. Center has picked up a CS lead in the mid lane, which is interesting. I'm worried about that Skarner though. Got 1 kill, 1 assist, and if they can take down the Aurora, that would be big. Early game pick there. Pick up that 200 gold bounty. Oh no, but Mosshaus found out once more. Aurora is a monster. 300 gold is what they could get if they just brought her down. Center, I will say, doing a good job of sieging this base. Oh, but that Brand cut out and stunned. They're not going to be able to find the Jinx, too. No one's around in the area, though. So actually, maybe there's a chance, but Tim's not going to go for it, which is probably wise. It would be quite risky. 8-1 is not amazing. Void Grubs are in. Or no, sorry, are out. They've been killed by Skarner. So they're really lacking on these bounties. For 12 minutes, and they've only gotten 1. Sorry, not bounties. Major objectives, I should say. Also, that Skarner skin is pretty terrifying. That is one of the more effective intimidation skins I've ever seen in a video game. When I saw that rushing towards me, I was pretty nervous as well. I think the Basilisk tank from the beginning of Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Alright, Center definitely needs to leverage some ganks here to get their mojo back. And unfortunately, Mosshaus is not having the best time there in the top lane. 3rd death. 2, the combined might well, 0 in Skarner or 0 just on his own. Metrometer is not far behind either. Aurora, absolute menace. It is 10-1. Center is falling further and further behind by the minute. Got to really shake it up. Got to start playing a bit more conservatively until they can get out some extra ganks. But Center's bot lane, I'm very impressed. It's been quite tenacious here. Hopefully they can get the kill. They can. They get a shutdown, which is going to be a good amount of gold. Current playing is gone too. Center, Morgana is going to fall, unfortunately. And it's sus. Mosshaus having a heck of a time, even under his own tower. But Meganulus has joined the fight against the Skarner. Skarner is so tanky at this point. Got that that item, that's name I can't remember. That I do know grants a lot of health. It's the one with 43 stacks. And it is showing on his health bar. Nope. You can see some nice forest here on the edge of the rift. But we're back in the action. Looks like Center might have swapped here. Not totally sure yet, but Mosshaus did move to the mid lane. Get Mina in towards the top. We have 2 objectives. Well, you see, one of them is going to be the Rift Herald, which would be a strong grab if Center can find it. Skarner's back in the bot lane. Center is once again kind of getting baited. Yeah, he's just going to come around. We get the root there from Morgana. Oh, man, Aurora's... Was that Seraphine? No, it's Seraphine. Never mind. She had looped around. Aurora's still there in the mid lane. But luckily, Center was able to get away thanks to that root from Tim. We have our first turret going down. And it is to FSU, but Center gotta find the bot lane duo here in that river. Try to get the stun off on the Aurora. Oh my lord, but there's so much damage coming out from that champion. She gets a double kill practically on her own. Seraphine did go down. Skarner was there as well, but that was kind of ridiculous, and they're gonna try to chase down this Camille here. Tries to go after Masas, but it's not quite enough. Lots of movement here. This is a much more aggressive game. Skarner's picked up to Mina and Mega Noodles. And that is enough damage on its own. We see the Jinx ult coming out from across the map. Not really necessary. Oh, Masas with a pretty solid flash there to get out of trouble. 15-4. Gets you up 4K gold. I mean, when there's a massive top lane CS diff, that is luckily for Center the only one. They've got a nearly matching one there in the bot lane. I know I keep harping on this, but it feels like the CS differences have been a big part of the related outcomes of the game. These are two quite evenly matched teams. Do see some lane differences, like right now. Here in top. That Ocean Drake is out. Not sure trying to stop that turret being destroyed. Can't quite do it. Camille is got quite a lot of gold on her shoulders. Got that Infinity Force out. Got those upgraded Greaves. 50 souls here, but Skarner looking to come through, and we've got a kind of a collapse here. Camille coming out, and that's a lot of dive damage there on a Solar Pikachu. But Metromina is in the middle of it with a huge ult. It's that S-tier style combo, and that's enough to send 3 of them packing. Triple kill. Skarner is not even going to try and contest this. Might go for a steal here, but Metromina is zoning them out a little bit. This is what I was hoping for. Samira's picked up some points. Able to find some good grabs, and they've got that Ocean buff. It means it's gonna be an Ocean Soul, and that can be pretty big for Center here. They got 2 quite tanky champions. If we can get the Ocean Soul, those Vi and Cho'Gath can be regenerating a lot of health very fast. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. That health will definitely come in a lot of handy against champions like Paolo, and we might need to see some big MR as well, magic resistance, to ensure that she to see that this Aurora cannot one-shot kill whoever they stumble across. Go with that Scuttlebug. It's all that jinxes. And FSU is going to get that Rift Shield, no problem. Center is definitely going to be on the back foot for their structures. Yeah, they've already lost 2 towers. 3 towers, I apologize. No, sorry, 2. Mid and top. Halfway through that last top one. Morgana found out there, caught by the Camille trap. And on the Wise gets frozen. Thankfully, it's the stun the Aurora before that curl can be confirmed. And man, if they can just take that Aurora out, I won't quite equal the cold lead, but it'll do a lot. I think they are kind of going on a hit squad here. Samira here, Aurora the Wise. Vi coming in with a big dive. Aurora manages to dive out. Metromina is so weak from that burst. I don't know if Vi's going to get out of this. No, she is not. Dived on by the Camille, gets stunned. Masas in the top, getting taken out by 3. Morgana was there. It might have been able to winning fight. Stunned that Paolo from getting, stunned that Aurora from getting away, but unfortunately they were not. Which means we see that Akram or Arcgas, whatever it's called, that new thing up at the top, getting taken by FSU. I didn't see which one that was, so not quite sure what the bonus is going to be. Is this the one we haven't seen? Yeah, the Voracious. Oh wait, or no. That might be the same one. That one believes or no? I guess it is the new one. Because that one of them summons these new like petals? Blood petals? That give bonuses? I don't see them spawning yet, so I don't know. Metromina pursuing here the Jinx. Hitting, not quite enough. Masas trying to come to the support of his turret. That big old Skarner, the Seraphim are still quite the damaging pair. He's able to knock out the Skarner though from backing, and his Seraphim's gone, so maybe Masas will be able to do something here. No, Seraphim wasn't actually that gone though. Might have been a little bit of a bait. Okay, but Center has managed to be able to dive on the Camille here. Unfortunately, okay, so it is the same Arkham that, or sorry, I don't remember the name of it, that we've seen previously. They have the permission for dying, so even Masas does get the kill here. He's actually going to turn the Skarner, but we get an objective bounty. Ooh, I don't think Masas is getting out of this. Skarner able to push him through. He's looking weak. Skarner flashes over, able to find him. Metromina on the run from that Jinx again. He's indeed better run. Aurora's right behind, but even that is not enough. Jinx finds it. It's 22-7. Rift Herald has come out. Cinder got the objective bounty, but still 5k gold behind. CS is no longer looking so strongly in their favor. Don't know if Brand's gonna be enough to turn the tides here. Samara just doesn't have the itemization yet. You see that top lane turret go out, and unfortunately they aren't able to stop the Rift Herald before it does its second charge, meaning big damage on that top lane turret. They're gonna take it out. Don't get the inhib though. Center isn't gonna have to deal with super minions for a second. But that's another one. The first bot lane turret has gone down as well. Where are their objective bounties? That's a good question. Masas found out by his archenemy. This is Camille Zero. It's been a very strong contender the entire match, but especially this game. You have to worry here the most about Aurora. Might have been Center's biggest mistake of the match is not banning this champ out. Objective bounty on that Ocean Drake. Could have gone to Center. Would have been a big pickup. They cannot really contest right now. I feel like it's all they can do to even like move out of the orbit of their base. You have to find an opening somewhere. Cho'Gath is on the top lane, but he's really just stopping minions. And we see Jink gets her IE. Meal her Ravenous Hydra. Big damage items from Center. Or from FSU, I apologize. And Dash Baron is coming up. Looks like FSU is not too stressed about the fight for it. They're going to head just straight there despite not having a pick on Center's team right now. Gold up only glides.
want you to be.
Okay, red buff's going down. FSU starts their Baron fight. Center is in a position to possibly steal it. Masnas lingering around that area. But he might decide not to do it. It's not pushing up far enough. He would need to get that, yeah. That's going straight to FSU. They're going back. So you might... A few FSU players might not bother here. They're just going to try to push up their wave more and get some more get some more creeps. Mina is fighting an uphill battle against this Camille. Center is going to prepare a desperate defense of the base. Right around mid and bot. Camille finally backs. Middle of the Wise and Metro Mina looking like their main hopes here. I don't think either will be enough, unfortunately. Unless they can find a pick. They can do what FSU was able to do in the first game. Find some good picks. Group together. Wild group together in this jungle. That would have to be after the Baron phase. Right now, they just gotta hold the line. Yeah, Mina going up against both empowered creeps and the empowered Camille. She leveled up, but she did not really do much of a dent to that Camille's health bar. Just too much there. Get the turret. There we go. Morgana falling, as the turret does. Whew, Skarner grabbing two of them, yanking them back. Center only has one person alive. It is our brand, though. But I doubt it will be enough to face the combined force of all 5 FSU players. Boosted as they are, fed as they are. There he goes down. There's nothing standing between FSU and Center's base. That's an ace as well. Red inhibitor goes down. 2 inhibitors go down. Make that the 3rd. It's turret time. Now it's Nexus. And it is over. FSU grabs Center's base. It was indeed a shorter game once again than the last 2, I believe. And it will be FSU grabbing the victory in this first match of SFU or PBC League Gaming or League competition for this spring 2025. And to have to hand it here, that Aurora, that Camille, both very strong players, really shutting down Center's top and mid, and preventing Magnuels there from having a great opportunity to find solid ganks, and that was also assisted by some excellent pathing from Skarner, Mercury 9. So hopefully we'll get to play these all again. We have a new player, so the team quite isn't up to its old synchronicity, but we got that second game victory. Very close first match, and there's obviously work to be done, but not a bad start to the season at all. And so with that, we will leave you all to enjoy your Saturday evenings. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you all soon.